You are watching Tech Support Spy.
Hey, welcome back to another Tech Support Spy video. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning into our channel, Tech Support Spy, watching our videos. Please make sure that you like, comment below, and subscribe to Tech Support Spy's channel. All right, for you non-tech savvy users of computers, have you ever wondered the difference between a hard drive enclosure and an external hard drive? Have you ever wondered what the difference is between the two? Well, I'm going to show you in this video of the difference between a hard drive enclosure and an external hard drive. If you're ready to know the difference between an external hard drive and a hard drive enclosure, watch to the end. Let's dive into the video, shall we? All right, guys, we're going to take a look at some external hard drives as well as a hard drive enclosure. Be aware, I'm going to go live here pretty soon. I will make an announcement, so make sure that you have subscribed to our channel so you get that notification, or at least those postings that I make in the community. When I'm going to go live, I'm going to go live and talk about computer news, and then also show you how to upgrade your laptop RAM with a butter knife. So we're going to have some fun with that. So make sure you tune into that stream. All right, so let's talk about external hard drive. So this is a external hard drive here. So anytime that you have an external hard drive, what is the reason why you get an external hard drive? You get an external hard drive because you need additional space. You don't want to have to open up your laptop or your desktop computer and install a secondary or a third or a fourth hard drive. You basically want to get something that can have a plug and play USB connection and just connect it to your laptop or desktop computer and be able to then use that as a secondary drive to start backing up your data, start moving data onto that hard drive. And having an external hard drive is very beneficial to a computer user. That way you don't have to open up your computer, your laptop or desktop and install a new hard drive. You can just get a hard drive here and just plug it in. All right, so let's talk about hard drive enclosure, right? So this is a hard drive enclosure that I got off of Amazon, and I can't even pronounce this. I want to say Kumsa. Just jokes. Don't kill me. I think it's pronounced Techmebius. I hope I said that right. Techmebius. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I did purchase your product. So if you come across this video and you get mad at me for mispronouncing the name of your brand, I apologize. But this is a good product. But I've had this hard drive enclosure for at least about 5 to 6 years now. It still works. And one of the reasons why you get a hard drive enclosure is that if you have a situation that you have to take out your hard drive, whether it's out of your laptop, whether it's out of your desktop computer, and you need somewhere to be able to access that data, you would get an enclosure to be able to connect that to your computer via USB to be able to access that data. Let's take a look at this here, right? So this is an enclosure, right? If you open it up, take it off, probably can't see that here. Let me see if you can see the pins in there. This is a SATA. Hope you guys can see it. Am I getting it right? All right, I think we got it here. So see the pins here on this, right? These are the connections for the pins for the hard drive, right? So what this is we're going to talk about the differences between a SATA connection and a PATA connection. But I wanted to show you this hard drive enclosure first. And I have a hard drive here. So if you look at this here, this is one of the things, there's a difference between what size hard drive is inside a laptop and what hard drive size is inside a desktop. So this is a 3.5-inch SATA hard drive. All right, this drive has the platters, the pins, and not the pins, but the discs, the platters, as well as the arm that writes to the hard drive. So this is a mechanical hard drive, the RPMs. It's a SATA connection. If you see the pins here, let me show you the pins. See the pins right here? These are the pins. You can see those. You should be able to. And if you look at this, right, these are the SATA connections. You got a data SATA connection, and you'll have a power SATA connection on these hard drives. So one of the things is with these is that they are 3.5-inch SATA hard drives, these are loosely in a desktop. Look how small this is compared to the 3.5 inch. The 2.5 inch, these are usually hard drives that are in a laptop. Most laptops, really all laptops, have at least a 2.5-inch size hard drive or SATA drive or SSD. And in desktop computers, they have a 3.5-inch hard drive that's installed. And a lot of times, newer, more modern computers nowadays don't have really these anymore. Nowadays, they are going with M.2 solid state drives. This is an M.2 solid state drive. We'll talk about this in a second. But most modern day desktops nowadays have M.2 drives. Some still do have these 3.5-inch SATA hard drives installed in the desktops. Most laptops will have either a 2.5-inch SATA drive or a M.2 SSD installed into the laptop. All right, so let's talk about the difference between PATA and SATA. And I do want to mention too, I mentioned about the laptops. Laptops, newer modern laptops nowadays usually have some type of 2.5-inch SSD installed in them, or some type of M.2 SSD installed into them. A lot of the modern computers nowadays use solid state drive because obviously solid state drives are better for performance. They are flash storage. They're not using a mechanical arm to access data to be able to write and read and write to the disk or into the platters for your data. It's all flash memory or flash storage. That's quicker and faster. So most PCs nowadays have some type of solid state drive, whether it's M.2 or if it's a laptop, it might be an M.2 or it might be a 2.5-inch solid state drive. Solid state drives nowadays are what most modern laptops and computers or desktops are built with because it's better for performance. It loads up your operating system. It's a lot more faster. So a lot more modern day computers are designed with solid state drives. So I wanted to mention that, but I wanted to show you here the difference between PATA and SATA. So again, this is old technology with the PATA, right? So if you can see this, let me show it to you. PATA stands for Parallel Advanced Technology Attachment. It's old hard drive technology, but I want to show you. You can see it. Let me see if I can get it. Yeah, these are the pins here. I want to make sure I get it right. These are pins that are on a PATA drive, right? A PATA drive, Parallel Advanced Technology Attachment. It's old technology. You just have a ribbon cable. You take a ribbon cable to plug it into this part here, and the other part will plug into your ribbon attachment there on your motherboard, and it will give you access to this old PATA hard drive. And then as hard drive technology um, evolved and increased and got better as far as the data, how it's been able to be read and read and wrote to your storage drive, hard drives got faster. And then we started working with SATA, started working with serial advanced technology attachment. That's what SATA stands for. And again, I showed you these pins earlier, but nowadays, SATA, you can also have a SATA solid state drive. You can also have a SATA hard drive with the disks and the ARM that writes to it. A lot of times in some of the desktop computers, you may have a C drive that may be a SSD, whether it's a solid state drive or a M.2 solid state drive, but your backup drive or your secondary drive, it might be a SATA hard drive with the disks and the ARM writing to it as your secondary drive. So want to make sure you understand the difference between a SATA and a PATA drive. PATA drives, yeah, it's obsolete. Well, they're not obsolete. You can still find some PATA drives out there. Majority of the hard drives that have the plates and the platters and the arm that writes to it, they're mainly nowadays SATA. It'd be hard to kind of find a drive that might be a PATA drive. Probably find on eBay or some type of website online that may have it. But I want to just kind of share the difference between PATA and SATA hard drives. Just kind of give you a little bit of input on those two different drives. All right, so let's take a look at this enclosure. So I have this hard drive here, right? So we have this enclosure, and obviously I want to match the pins up with the pins inside. So I can just connect this. make sure it goes in. There it goes. If you hear that click, right? And then I can take the cover, put the cover on top of it. Right now we're ready, and most of these enclosures will come with a USB connection to it. Right, that way once you connect it, it's plug and play, and you basically use it as an external hard drive. And most of those enclosures may come with some type of AC or power adapter that you can plug into the enclosure to give it power. I'll plug it in here, right, and I will plug it into a wall outlet to give the hard drive give the hard drive power within the enclosure. All right. So one of the things is too, if you also have an M.2, you can, if you need to be able to remove your M.2 drive from your laptop or your desktop, you can get a M.2 to USB adapter, right? And once you get that, you can get it online. You can get it from Micro Center. This is an M.2 solid state drive. Let's open this up here. I have not formatted it yet, but I just wanted to show you how these work, right? So this is how it looks. So as you look at this, right? So now you want to be able to just take your M.2, you gotta make sure the pins meet up, right? You gotta make sure the pins meet up, and let me show you the pins here if you can see them. See the pins right there? You gotta be able to put those pins in there. So we're gonna take the pins, put them in there, make sure they line up, and then you just close it. Normally there is, if you see here, there's a circle here. Loosely, you can take most M.2 solid state drives, when you put it inside the M.2 slot on your motherboard, there's some type of screw it down. I got the screw in here. It's, where is it at? Is it in here? Yeah, if you can see it, it's down at the bottom there. But you can then plug this into your USB port, right? And be able to read the data off your M.2 SSD. So definitely something to be aware of, right? Is getting a M.2 to USB adapter. If you ever take out your M.2 and instead of getting an enclosure, right? Enclosures are usually for like hard drives or solid state SSD. You can get a enclosure for a solid state drive as well. These are what's used for your M.2 drive. So be aware of that. All right. So my last point here. So really the big difference between hard drive enclosures and external hard drives is that an enclosure, you have to, it's basically just a casing. You got to get a hard drive out of your computer and plug it into the enclosure and be able to attach the USB cable, plug it into another computer, and be able to read the data. External hard drives already come with a hard drive on the inside of it already. So it's basically, external hard drive is basically an enclosure that already has a hard drive on the inside of it. Let's open this up. This is a, I think this is a Seagate hard drive. I don't know if you can see it here, but there's ridges right here. Let's see. There's ridges. You can see them right here. Hope you can. You probably can't. But there's ridges around here, right? So all we have to do is take a prying tool and try to pry this open here. Let's see if we can do this. So we should be able to. All right. Look on the inside of this, right? So opening this up. Voila, presto. There's already a hard drive on the inside of this Seagate external hard drive that I purchased, right? So let's go ahead and get this out here. It should just come out. Let's take this off here. Oh, it should just come out. There we go. There we go. So how much do you want to bet that this is a solid state hard drive or solid state drive? It's probably a solid state drive as a SATA connection. So let's pull it out. All right. And where are the connections? Oh, this is actually a hard drive. So if you see here, right, it says it's a hard drive. I thought this was a solid state drive, but this is basically a 2.5-inch hard drive. So this has um, platters. It has the mechanical arms. Anytime you see HDD hard disk drive, that means it's the hard drive. It's the circle platters and disks that is written to it. If it's a SSD, that's a solid state drive. That means it's the solid state. It's the flash storage or flash memory. It uses flash technology to store your data. But this is a hard drive that's on the inside of this Seagate. Basically, it's an enclosure, but I bought it as an external hard drive. It's a 2 terabyte drive. Put this back in. Then we're going to put the cover back on it. All right. Then I'm going to put, and it should still work. So that is pretty much the difference between a hard drive enclosure and an external hard drive. Hard drive enclosure is just an enclosure, a casing, or a housing that you can connect a hard drive to that you can get out of your laptop or desktop. You can also get solid state drive enclosures as well. If you take out your solid state drive, you can also get a M.2 adapter, right? If you need to get an M.2 out of your computer, laptop, desktop, and you need to be able to connect it to some type of USB connection to read the data off of it, you can get an M.2 adapter. And then if you just don't want to take out your hard drive, you just need some secondary or additional storage that you want to have externally that you can back up your data, just get a external hard drive. Or some of these external hard drives will come as an external SSD drive. You can also purchase an external SSD drive as well. But that is the big difference between an enclosure and an external hard drive. They basically are the same thing. It's just one comes with a hard drive and one doesn't. Hope you learned something. Please like this video, comment this video, share this video with others, help this channel grow. We'd like to thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. And thank you for watching Tech Support Spy.